Welcome to your Yin Yoga meditation practice. So for today's practice, please feel free to grab the props necessary: foam chip block, cork block, or a foam block that's a little bit thicker, like this cork one. So a thin and a bit of thicker one. I have two bolsters with me. You might not need both. So I have a bolster here and one here, cylindrical and rectangular. You might use one bolster or even a pillow or two pillows. You might have a cushion to sit on as well for meditation. So a lot of options with props. With Yin Yoga, we try to use as many props as we can, especially if we're beginners, and if you're tight in certain areas of the body. Yin Yoga is based on the Taoist tradition, so we will be working along the meridian lines and trying to calm the nervous system, meaning holding the pose a little bit longer than we would in like a Hatha yoga class. So Yin is really great if you're very tight in the body, in the musculature of the body, if you're tight in the fascia in the body, the webbing of the body being the fascia. So if you know that you're more on the tighter side, props are really good. Those of you that have been practicing Yin, you're more flexible and open. You might not need to use props in certain ones. So usually in each pose that I offer today, I'll offer stage 1, 2, and 3. Stage 1 being the more beginner stay here option, holding for time. Stage 2, I'll let you know, we can go deeper. Perhaps there'll be a stage 3 depending on the pose, and you might go even deeper in stage 3. But the idea is we hold for time. So we allow the muscles to relax and stretch by holding for time. So typically today we'll do probably around, I'd say 2 to 4 minutes or 5 on each side if there's two sides, or just one pose together will be 2 to 4 minutes. But of course, you're welcome to stay in poses of Yin a little bit longer. Sometimes people like to stay in them for, generally it's like 5 to 12 minute window, roughly. Yeah. So always listening to your body, know when to go back to stage 1 if 2 is too deep, and vice versa. Okay. So take your time to gather your props in your setting. I like for Yin practices to light a candle, maybe incense or some mist, something to kind of create the ambiance to help you drop and relax. Yin is the opposite of a hatha, being the yang practice, so it's more cooling the practice. So we're not moving quickly, we move slowly in and out of the poses. Okay. So let's begin actually in standing for this Yin pose. We're going to do dangling pose or ragdoll pose. So begin standing position. Feet are going to be, I'd say, width of your hips or even wider. So nice base. And you might bend the knees a lot for this one, especially if the hamstrings are tight. We're just starting out. And you're going to come into a forward fold, and I suggest grabbing onto opposite elbows and dropping the weight of your head heavy, and we're just dangling. So we're just dropping into our first Yin position. Feet are rooted, nice generous bend in the knees, and the weight of the arms is being supported by holding the elbows or maybe resting in the forearms. And while you lay in this supported forward fold position, just take a moment to soften into your body, any holding you might be feeling. Just take a moment to notice where your breath is moving in your body. As you inhale and exhale through the nose or mouth, see if you can allow yourself to release your spine, your hamstrings, releasing a little bit more into this forward fold. We're going to be here for about another minute. So this one's about a 2-minute hold. So just let yourself drop into this wonderful release of the spine. So for today's practice, it's very focused on stress relief in the nervous system, resetting the nervous system, letting go of any tension and restoring inner calm and grounding energy.